Hey, it's a game of Dune Imperium Digital, ranked Rise of Ix. I've got last pick here, and you know what? I'm going to do a blind pick of Rhombur because I just feel like it. I jumped into this queue and then had to step away quickly, and I came back. I was in leader select, and I had to make a quick decision here, and so that is what is going on. So, check out this Imperium row: Firm Grip, Guild Accord, Worm Riders, Freighter Fleet, and Jameis. And the text: Sonic Snoopers, Wind Traps, and Chomarchy. Okay, so let's grab Smuggling and then see where things leave us. This is a very hasty plan right now. There's an argument for early revealing for Firm Grip, or maybe even going to tech negotiation and hoping nobody else does the early reveal. Helena also might have Signet Ring. She might just snag it. So we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Obviously, you know, I want to play the diplomacy though. And then, you know, if I can get Jameis or Freighter Fleet, I guess. It's a bit... Neither of them seem to have the Signet Ring. Okay, and tech negotiation is gone, so I don't have that option. I suspect... is it worth just early revealing for the Firm Grip, skipping the diplomacy? I mean, it's gonna hopefully make up for itself, but I just don't really want to do it. I just don't really want to do it. I'm gonna go to Wealth. There would have also been an argument for still suits and deploying, so I get a water and Solari instead of just Solari. With one dagger, it probably gets me something, but not necessarily. Let's see how this goes. Blind Rhombur pick. So who else was left there? It was Ariana and Beast, right? I just played a couple Beast games recently, so it would have been between him and Ariana. And anyway, I don't mind. Maybe we'll even do like a quick Dreadnought just for fun. Okay, she does snatch the Firm Grip with her Signet Ring at the end. So I would have had to have early revealed for it, which, you know, for cards like this, it's not a bad thing to early reveal. And if I had maybe thought about it a little bit more before I even played my first agent, maybe I would have considered playing diplomacy and not doing the smuggle and early revealing that way. I think I would have felt, maybe I would have felt a bit better about that, because at least I would have played the diplomacy. And, you know, not playing a Dune the Desert Planet is not as big of a deal. Obviously, like an early smuggle is very helpful to do, but I think that could have been a good one. And what would I have done? Perhaps, I don't know where I would have sent the diplomacy first. Fold space, I guess. Yeah, it would have been fold space, and then I would have tried to use the Firm Grip to get the second one. Anyway, what happened, and we need to move from here. So with my... it's actually an interesting decision between Freighter Fleet and Jameis, I think. The early Freighter Fleet is pretty nice. It can help me, you know, it can really help me get what I need here. You know, at 3 Solari, the Freighter Fleet could drop me to get me to a Swordmaster. Obviously, I'm not going to draw it yet, though. This is my hand next round. Signet Ring and Seek Allies, obviously the cards that I'm going to be looking to play. So, the early Jameis is also quite nice, though. Get some early trashing going. do I feel like? You know what? I'm going to take the Jameis. I don't know that it's the best there. I feel like the freighter fleet would have been nice. But I'm just going to do it. Now, of course, the issue is, by the time I draw Jameis... no, I guess I will have a discard pile. Something in here will be in my discard pile by the time I draw Jameis. Well, not necessarily, no, because everything's going to get shuffled together. Next round, I'm going to draw these 5, and this will be my discard pile. But then the following round, everything's going to get reshuffled. So, you know, there's a good chance when I draw Jameis, I won't have anything in the discard pile. Now, he does have infiltration, which means, you know, I can play something else first and then play the Jameis second to trash something that was in my hand. But it can be a bit awkward to line it up. Anyway, that's what I did. I don't think it was the smartest idea, but I just felt like getting Jameis on the team here early. All right, so Helena wins the conflict, gets a victory point. Armand gets Solari and an intrigue card. Did he... Okay, he's reshuffling. What was his strength? It was 5. Okay, yeah, so he put in 2 troops and also had a dagger. So if I had put in 2 troops, 5 would have been my strength as well. Okay, so I could send Signet Ring to tech negotiation and get a wind traps or a sonic snoopers. I could do that if I want. This gives me a tech negotiator. This gives me a discount. The early wind traps is not a bad thing to get up to 2 water. But there's a part of me that wants to just start dreadnoughting right away. And so, you know what? This will leave me at 3 persuasion, but that's fine. I'm going to do it. Let's go for an early dreadnought here. See how it works out. Take a tech negotiator. We'll look to play the Seek Allies to one of these 2 spots if possible to be able to actually deploy them. So this is, you know, look, Rhombur gets extra strength out of dreadnoughts, right? His dreadnoughts have 4 strength instead of 3. So it's quite a lot to be up against, you know, every round from here on in, here on out, here on in. And the earlier you get it, you know, the more value it can provide. But obviously I'm sacrificing, you know, Swordmaster at least for a while here. But, you know, if I win, I take control of a space. Maybe my Solari slowly gets paid back. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with still suits here. Maybe pick up that fat stack of spice next time. I'm not too concerned about, you know, loading everything in for the hardy warriors right now. If somebody else wants to do that, that's fine with me. 6 strength, 7 strength. Good chance that's good enough. Let's see if anything good comes up here for my 3 persuasion. A water peddler. Well, I mean, it's not bad. That's a good thing for Jameis to trash at some point. So at this time, I would probably take the Imperial Spy plus the water peddler if they're both there. Don't necessarily expect them to both be there, but that's what I would be targeting at the moment. Okay, Imperial Spy gone. And it's a voice. Okay, I'd take a voice. But it's probably not going to be there either. Probably going to be a voice. No, he goes water peddler. Okay, water peddler voice. Okay, well, I'll take a liaison. So we've got an expensive Imperium row now. I don't have a good deck at all. Jameis, really the only thing I've been able to add to it. But I win this conflict, get 3 spice and an intrigue card. We get an ambush. I think I'd like to take a Solari space. Maybe I'll take Carthag. Okay, so big spice available here. I could grab it and buy a tech at the same time with Signet Ring. Do I want to go with Wind Traps and just try to just keep like grabbing rewards? Now I don't have a Dreadnought at the moment. Also, maybe just going straight for the Chaumerkey wouldn't be bad. If smuggling is available... Okay, it's not available. Is there any crazy reason to take Research Station? I mean, it would get me like a good card, probably, but... doesn't feel great. One Solari has been fed to me from shipping. Helena looking to get her Swordmaster this round. Nobody's gone to Carthag just yet. Maybe I'll go to Carthag. Take the Wind Traps. Or just take the Chaumerkey right now. Nah, let's do this. I'll put in 2. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure if I want to use the Poison Snooper here. I might. But I'm thinking I might just want to go to Great Flat here. Although, technically, I could potentially even wait until next round. No, I don't have any... spice trade access next round. I want Solari because I want another Dreadnought. Artillery? Is it an artillery game? I haven't trashed any daggers yet. I've got Jameis in there. There's another Imperial Spy. Oh, I could get Dreadnought now. Huh. Or do I want to just grab that right now? I think maybe I just want to grab that right now. So I'm not going to use this. I'm going to put in another troop here. And if somebody decides to go to Hardy Warriors, I can... well, first of all, I've got 1 strength here, but I've got the ambush that I'll be happy to use if I need to. Winning this conflict would get me a water, as well as a Mentat, an intrigue card, and 2 Solari. So we're going aggressive this game. I've got 6 spice now. I wonder if... I'm thinking about whether to use the Poison Snooper to try to get some more persuasion. If I could get the convincing argument or the liaison, then I could get Sardaukar Legion, which I wouldn't mind getting. If I get 1 persuasion, I could get the Chief Administrator, which is okay, but not terribly exciting. Okay, that's gone. Let's see what pops up. Problem is, I don't want to draw like Diplomacy or Jameis. I think it's not worth the risk right now. So, I'll take the Imperial Spy. So at the moment, my faction influence is pretty bad. Let's see if Armand has an intrigue card he wants to play. He's got a lot of spice. He also might grab that Chaumerky. Okay, at least he gets Gilded Cord, so let's try to remember... Oh boy. Let's try to remember she has that. So when we're thinking about like who can get to Hayliner, we've got to remember that she has that Gilded Cord in there, that she can get there with 4 spice. Helena gets in the shadows. Okay, this is looking pretty good for Helena. So Stilgar ends up disappearing as a result. Armand trying to decide, does he want to play a combat intrigue? Looks like no. So I'm going to get this win. I'm going to get a water out of it from the wind trap. So that's worked out. And a Mentat and an intrigue card. Okay, that's kind of nice. And some more Solari. All right, Jameis, Diplomacy. Okay, if I want to go to Dreadnought, I've got to use a liaison for it. It's not ideal. I could also try to get to Swordmaster here if I go Wealth Swordmaster. Alternatively, I could even just go for a High Council seat. But I kind of like the idea of getting the second Dreadnought. Okay, so Jameis here does have targets to trash. Am I going to go for the artillery? Because if I go for the artillery, then that means I'm not going to be trashing daggers. I'm going to be trashing dunes. Did I say Wealth Swordmaster? That doesn't work. That's 1 Solari short of working. The problem with selective breeding is it reshuffles my deck, so I'd want to actually use Jameis first in that case. Can I win this? If I Hardy Warriors this, can I win this fight with the ambush? It's a little bit tough. Elisa's got a big garrison, but if I block the Hardy Warriors, maybe. I also have this. I think I'm going to try it. And I'm going to get rid of a Dune for now. I also have the Poison Stupor that draws me a dagger. I think I might try to get Dreadnought and Artillery and then get in even more stuff. I think that might be my goal here. Just go completely nuts with the Dreadnoughts. Okay, Elisa gets the Guild Alliance. She's currently the only one who's been able to ship. A lot of troops there. But with only one agent, the best she can do is get in 3. Which isn't looking terribly exciting for her. She has 3 spice and this thing's in her discard pile, so that's not going to happen. Helena hits Carthag. She put in 3 troops, so she is looking like she's going to fight me for this. Or she just really wants 2 water, which is also possible. I'm trying to decide if I want to use the Poison Snooper to draw this dagger, to send the dagger to Dreadnought, so that I have some decent persuasion to maybe pick up the Power Play or the Sardaukar Legion. Because I could use, you know, both of those could be quite handy, you know what I mean? It means that the artillery doesn't do anything right now. I mean, that's not even a terrible thing for me to get. Got some Freeman Bond for that. I think I'm going to count on Ambush helping me with this. So I'm going to Poison Snooper. I'm going to draw the dagger. I'm going to send it to Dreadnought. Get ourselves a second Dreadnought. I'm going to take the artillery for now. And Memo Quarters pops up. Lisa, happy to snag the Memo Quarters. Let's see what comes up in its place. Restricted Ordnance. That would be really great for me. But I expect Armand might be looking for that, although I'm first next round, so I could potentially snag that. Now, obviously, I don't have a High Council seat, but you know, I'm not terribly far off from being able to get one. Helena hits Secrets. If I can win this conflict, I'll get myself another water. I really want that Restricted Ordnance, man. 4 swords every round if you have a High Council seat. So with this diplomacy, I mean, really, I guess I want to go to Still Suits to get the other Dreadnought in. Helena has 3 intrigue cards. I don't know. I kind of think she's just going for the 2 water with this. Selective breeding is kind of weird because it would mean I'd have to trash the dagger or trash the reconnaissance out of hand, which is, I don't know, maybe I could do that. It doesn't... I don't think it's really what I want to do, because it shuffles this back into my deck without these cards, and the Diplomacy and the Jameis are kind of my two best cards, so it doesn't feel like I'm accomplishing a whole lot with the selective breeding. Armand hits Haga Basin, filling up on Spice. Blocks Hayliner. Does he have like a recall an agent thing? Even if he gets to Hayliner, I can still beat him. Even if he does that. Because I put in my other Dreadnought here. Hayliner gets him to 10. Okay, if I win this... I'll take control of Imperial Basin, I think, because that's going to be kind of in high demand. Ooh, a Web of Power. That'd be super helpful for me, but I don't imagine I'm going to get it. Maybe I can get it. Helena goes Tech Negotiation. What does Armand have? He doesn't have High Council seat. 2 cards in hand. Is he going to recall an agent and go to Hayliner? I mean, go for it. Okay, just reveals for nothing. Grabs the Bene Gesserit Initiate. And I'm going to get Web of Power. I'm definitely going to take that over the Legion. The Legion, you know, it's an aggressive card, which is great, but I could really use some help with some faction points. So I'm definitely going to take that. And you know what? I think the infantry kind of makes sense. Right? I mean, I did take artillery, right? But that means I'm drawing my Web of Power less. Fuck it. Let's get crazy. Oh, a Gunthopter. There's also an argument for controlling one of these spots again just to get more Solari so I can hopefully get High Council seat, because I want the Ordnance in the High Council seat. Am I going to smuggle this time if I get the chance to? Okay, there's another combat victory. Another water from the wind traps. I mean, this... Oh, wait, I already control that? Oh, yeah, because I just secured it. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Then, let's go to Carthag. Beautiful. Trade Monopoly. Okay, so there's the Web of Power. There's the Jameis. So Jameis can get me the Freeman Alliance here. I don't have a good card to trash at the moment, so maybe I want to play the Dune first. Just go grab 4 spice. Or I could smuggle down. I want that, and I kind of want to keep it away from anybody else. Who has High Council seat? Elisa. She might go take that right now. I think even though I don't have the High Council seat, I have to actually prioritize that. Now, I can actually get it with the Signet Ring. So I can actually do this. I'm going to recall, take Solari. I'm going to take the restricted ordnance. I now have enough for High Council seat. Or Swordmaster. So I can do either of those things here. This spice is going to be there for somebody. Okay, Elisa goes interstellar shipping. So the issue is if I go to High Council seat right now, I can't actually deploy, and I would like to get in here. So maybe I grab the Swordmaster here. I think it probably makes sense. Does it though? Because I really need to get that High Council seat. But I don't necessarily have to get it right now. So I think playing Jameis probably makes more sense. And I might even go to Hardy Warriors here. Helena gets Solari. I'm not sure why she did that right there. So one issue I might have, though, is if I don't get the High Council seat right now... So, yeah, I think honestly, I think Jameis to Hardy Warriors kind of makes sense here. I mean, look, I've got water to spend, so I might as well spend it. I'll get one back anyway. Okay, wait a minute, though. Here's a Hayliner. Can I beat Hayliner even if... I might be able to beat it. So Hardy Warriors would be 4, 8, 12, and he only puts in 4 right now. I might be able to beat it. I think I can. I mean, we'll see what else he has, but I think I'll try and, you know, see how it goes. And I'm just going to trash the Dune out of hand here. So this is +2, gets me to 10, and then this gets me to 14. Might be good enough. So currently the victory points 4 for Elisa, 3 for Helena, 2 for Armand, and 4 for me on Rhombur. Helena goes to selective breeding. Getting herself to 4. The Web of Power influence. Oh, there's a detonation devices. I didn't even see that. Oh. Oh, I need it. I need it. How do I get detonation devices and High Council seat, though? Well, we'll see. Maybe I just take it with the Emperor for now. You know, it's not likely that shipping is gonna ever really be a thing for me here. Okay, so maybe, you know, maybe this doesn't work. He has one more agent. He could still potentially get another troop in somehow. With a Carthag, potentially. Although someone else might go there just to get one in. But this is wild. Yeah, let me just get that point right now. Because who knows, maybe like spy satellites shows up or something and I just decide not to worry about these points. So let's see if somebody goes to Carthag here for a potential water or intrigue card. I've got the spice for that detonation devices, man. So here's what this is my selection. I guess the Imperial Spy, maybe I should have taken something else, but maybe the Imperial Spy eventually gets me an Emperor Alliance. Who knows? But yeah, maybe I should have worked somewhere else so that the Imperial Spy could get me that point. That may have been a mistake. I kind of forgot that I had this in the deck. Okay, it's secrets. So does Helena decide to get in on this for one? Feels like it would make sense to do so. But she gets High Council seat. Okay, so does Armand go to Carthag? Probably, right? Who knows? I mean, he's kind of incentivized to go to another space here so he can trash from his coordination ability. He needs 2 agents on this part of the board. He's got 1 at the moment. Okay, Helena now unlocks shipping. I'm the only one without it. 2 Gunthopters here. I mean, those cards fit in with what I'm up to. Even the Imperial Spy is maybe something I shouldn't trash just because it has a sword on it. I'm not too sure about that. Okay, it's research station for Armand, so he's not getting another troop in. Nice use of the Chief Administrator comboing it with the Water Peddler. Discards the Water Peddler to get a water, then trashes the Water Peddler to get another water. So that's the beauty of the Guild Chief Administrator. It seems worse than just trash. Like, oh, I have to discard in order to trash. But when you combo it with Unload, it's actually a big plus to have that discard ability. So it depends, but man, oh man. Okay, so yeah, I need High Council seat to get the restricted ordnance online. At the moment, nobody else has dreadnoughts. So the detonation devices might just wait there for me. Somebody might buy it just to keep it away from me. So we're going to see if Armand has any combat intrigues here. I'm going to use the ambush and just see what happens. Spice must flow for Helena. Spice must flow for Armand. The spice is flowing. He had 1 dagger. So he's still going to need a combat intrigue in order to beat the ambush. We'll see if he can. Does he have it? No, he doesn't have it. Okay, great. So that gets me a troop back, which is very welcome, and it lets me double freighter. So we'll advance, and we'll advance again. Okay, that was a little weird how that worked. There's a whole bunch of spice sitting here, but everybody's got a lot of water. Okay, what is this hand? That's the danger of Sardaukar infantry. No agent ability on it, and it came with 2 convincing arguments, which also don't have agent abilities. This hand doesn't let me get into the conflict at all. I wonder if I have to Mentat. I think I do. I could also Swordmaster. But I want to get in on like every conflict basically and force people to, okay, Imperial Spy can't even go anywhere now. I do have Dispatch and Envoy, so I could, you know, if I wanted to, I could send Convincing Argument somewhere, I guess. Like Hardy Warriors. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. Just send Convincing Argument to Hardy Warriors. Get everything in, then go to High Council seat for even more swords. I think that's probably better. It might be a little greedy to go for the detonation devices right now. But it might work. I mean, 2 swords there, 3 swords there, 2 swords here. Okay, well, first thing is this. Let's just keep hitting Hardy Warriors. I mean, Armand does have Hayliner, but he has no garrison. So it's kind of tough. No signet ring yet. Playing the dagger to the High Council seat is -2 strength here, but I've still got 5 strength just in these 2. And Armand, 2 of those cards are not combat intrigues. We know that, unless it's an allied armada, which he still can't use. He's gotten 1 new intrigue card since then. Elisa just has this giant garrison that she's just been letting build up. I don't know if she has rapid mobilization. Maybe. I kind of think I should get the High Council seat right now. Just get this thing online. Don't mess around too much about that. Try to make sure I can win this conflict. Don't try to get too greedy with this. Maybe pick that up next round if possible. Nothing here, nothing here. I don't know. I mean, I do have the Web of Power that maybe will, you know, maybe will get me one of those. Right now, if I play the Web of Power, the only thing I don't have is the 2 guild influence. I have the Freeman influence. I have the Emperor influence. And so playing Web of Power gets me Solari and Water. So that might be a card I start playing. We'll see if I even need the Solari or Water. But yeah, let me do this. Let me just do this right now. And this also means that I could potentially start going to Research Station to try to add some Spice Must Flows to this mix. I don't have a lot of persuasion. I have 2 convincing arguments and an Arrakis Liaison, and that's kind of it. And then I've got some dead ones, like 2 daggers are still in the deck. But, I mean, I feel like I have to take the Gunthopter. Tech negotiate. Does she take the... No, she takes Chalmurky. Okay, that's smart. I mean, Helena's at 7 points here. As much as I'm doing all kinds of fun stuff in the conflicts, Helena has 7 victory points right now, and she just got a Chalmurky, so she's going to win any tiebreakers automatically. And a Charisma. What does she want? She just burned the Charisma for no reason? Why? Okay, she hasn't revealed yet. Okay, that was confusing. Just looking at the combat log, it looks like she's revealed, but she hasn't. It's just telling us that she's got that persuasion there. But I still don't know why she would burn the intrigue card right now. There's no real reason to. Okay. I've got to take the Gunpowder. Do I take another Liaison? I don't think so. Appropriate would have been cool. So yeah, the conversation here is about tier lists, and I'm not a big fan of tier lists. They can be a totally legitimate way to think about things. What I don't like about them is that it implies a certain rigidity. And in any game, I've just noticed that people will tend to fixate on tier lists when they're going into a game. They'll see somebody's tier list, and then they'll just, okay, this is A tier, this is S tier, so I should always pick the S tier thing. And you know, games are much more situational than that. Even games where I think those kinds of things make more sense, like let's say League of Legends, for example, is a game that you know, I used to follow a lot, and like you can definitely think of tiers in terms of which champions are strongest, especially if you're looking at pro play. But the issue that people have is they take pro play and then apply it to their own environment of playing in solo queue or with their friends and think that, oh, this is a top tier champion in pro play, therefore that's what I should pick, and you're crazy if you pick something that's low tier. But everything only exists within its environment. So maybe in the environment of professional play where the players are a certain skill level, maybe that makes sense, but it doesn't mean it makes sense for you. It doesn't mean you can play the champion in such a way that it counts as that tier. And when you're playing against people who play at different levels, maybe it doesn't make as much sense. Maybe it only works if you have teammates who are all working together on voice comms who also are playing at a high level. So you can't just take something from one context and think it applies to other contexts. But in Dune especially, the beauty of the game is it is situational. It's so situational. And so I just think that while you could talk generally speaking, these leaders tend to win more than these other leaders and so on. That would be totally valid if you have like a large enough data set to talk about. And, you know, like Baron is a great, strong leader in Rise of X because of how he works with his Master Stroke and getting extra intrigue cards. Fine. But it's in the end all situational. So Helena off to a rocketing road here, up to 9 victory points now. Where are all her points coming from? 2 Spice Must Flows, 1 Alliance, 1 Conflict victory, and 4 points on the Influence track. So we're kind of getting left in the dust here. I really need to win this conflict somehow, but it's going to be tough this time. Elisa now, perhaps it's time for her to... But the problem is she's going to have a hard time deploying if she goes to Hayliner because she's got such a big garrison. Anyway, Armand hits Hayliner. He now has a Dreadnought. I'm not sure I can actually... what can I do? Well, I mean, I can hit Hardy Warriors again. I also have this, but I don't have a way to actually... I don't have any... I trashed my dunes, right? So I don't have much in the way of shipping access, unfortunately. I don't know if I can this time. Maybe Dreadnought for 4, this for 4. That's 8 already. Plus 4 more here. That's 12. Plus 3 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. I might be able to do it, actually. I'm going to try. Okay, I don't think I really want to get the detonation devices, but I think if I can, I really need to go to like Carthag. Maybe Arakeen? Maybe Arakeen? Try to get some more swords. I can't get Spice Must Flow. One, two, three, four. Okay, half my deck would get me swords. 50-50. Or I go for Carthag, which might get me a combat intrigue. I'm not sure what the odds are on that. can I afford to really go crazy and try? This is really wild what Elisa is up to. If I go for detonation devices, it's going to leave me at 8, 12, 15, 18 strength, which honestly, given how Armand has been going with his intrigue cards, could very well be good enough. But I think it's, I think it's game over. I think Helena's going to get a Spice Must Flow and finish this game off. Elisa doesn't have the memo quarters unlocked yet. If he goes to Carthag, though, he gets to 15 and he gets an intrigue card. Web of Power wouldn't do anything. It's going to be game over. So I think I just have to really make sure I win this conflict to get second place. I think that's kind of all I can do. So let me go to Carthag. Okay. What a fun game this has been. I've gotten so much water out of these wind traps. I've Hardy Warriors like every round. I've won, I think, everything except the first conflict that Helena won, which was the skirmish. I think I've won every conflict since then. No Swordmaster. But it's just a bit tough because, you know, I'm missing 2 points from the influence tracks. I haven't gotten any Spice Must Flows. So although I've been winning a lot of conflicts, it's only been 2 points out of the conflicts. Oh. Big steal. Looking for combat intrigues. So I'm actually at 20 strength here. I probably should have gone for this, but I don't think it really is going to matter. I mean, maybe Helena doesn't get Spice Must Flow and I end up really regretting that. But I feel like she does, because she would have, and she can still research station if she hasn't yet. I think there's not a whole lot of purpose in any of this. Whatever. We'll take Thufir just because I like Thufir. We'll get him in the deck. I really don't think it's going to matter. I think Helena's going to end this game at 10. And, you know, looks like I'm going to win this. And that'll get me to 8. And that's kind of it. I wonder, do I have to worry about... Well, Elisa could get a point here. That would get her to 7. Yeah, I mean, second could even be tight. I feel a little... Anyway, we'll see. I mean, Armand has 5 intrigue cards, so it could very well be that I needed that extra boost there. Okay, Lisa does get that point. Yeah, okay. So that's, I mean, that's it. 3 spice must flows, 4 points here, an alliance, and a combat victory, and that gets you to 10. Well, and the starting victory point, obviously. Still, I mean, that was fun. Oh, recall an agent. Arakeen. Would be 1 more troop. Man, I mean, a lot of my tech dreams came true this game, you know? I was hoping I could find the restricted ordnance. I was hoping I could find the detonation devices, but it was a little bit late. Okay. Okay, so I can't even get second. Well, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Looks like that detonation devices is going to cost me second place potentially. But if I didn't do it, who knows? Who knows here? Reinforcements from Elisa. But not enough garrison. That only gets her 1 troop. Okay, no spice must flow. But yeah, she's got a giant tiebreaker spice to beat me there. Uh-oh. Looks like maybe I'm not going to win this conflict after all. He needs 8 strength to get ahead of me here. Let's see what he's got. Hmm? Does he have a rapid mobilization to put in the troops he's about to get here? 4, that get him to 17. Then he would need an ambush to get to 21. Is that what's happening? Or does he have the intrigue card plus 2 swords and then, yeah, that's what he has. He has the intrigue card plus 2 swords and then deploy 2 from your garrisons. That would be, well, that would only be 6. That would get him to 19. So if he wins this, then I'm actually gonna be 4th in this game. So as fun as this game is, okay, there's, oh, he makes me retreat a dreadnought. And then he's got something else, I guess. Blackmail. All right. All right. Well, this game did not go quite how I had hoped. 4th place. Oh, no. Oh, well, you know, it was fun. Do I get some kind of miracle intrigue card here? I don't think so. I need machine culture to get back up to 7, but that still wouldn't actually do it. I'd still lose the spice tiebreaker, so yeah. Grand Conspiracy wouldn't work. I have dreadnoughts and the High Council seat, but nothing else. Demand respect. Oh, nice. Really nice. Okay, so that gets him. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Pure combat dominance. It wasn't dominant enough. Wasn't dominant enough. I mean, what could we say? Maybe I invested too much on the little combats along the way? Did I need to save up more for the later ones? Obviously I could have gotten Swordmaster a while back and decided not to. The initial choice of Jameis over the freighter fleet certainly would have changed the game in a big way, would have changed the whole direction of everything, obviously. So look, with the direction I chose to take, I mean, I kind of got what I wanted in terms of, you know, I got swords and I got, you know, the artillery, the wind traps. I got like, what, 4 water off of those wind traps, but it was more water than I was able to use, or than perhaps I used. Maybe I should have been going to research station a little bit more instead of just always going to Hardy Warriors. Who knows? But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, that's something I basically never do, is take a round 2 Dreadnought. And, you know, this doesn't mean that can't work. It didn't work this game. It seemed to be working kind of, but as far as victory points goes, it didn't really work out. I mean, I only got 2 points out of conflicts, you know. The conflicts I was winning was like spice and an intrigue card, and you know, that's partly why I was able to get some of these techs. I think I could have taken Chalmurky earlier. Would that have made any difference? Who knows? So many things, but I always like to hear your thoughts. So tell me what you would have done in different spots in this game. Or tell me how you enjoyed this. You know what I mean? Like, look, as you know, I don't always play only like every game must optimize every possible chance to win. It's not just about winning. It's about experimenting. It's about playing. It's about trying different things. And, you know, this is what I wanted to do this game. And I enjoyed it, even though I ended up getting 4th. So well played by Jim Bozeman with this very strong Hell in a Victory. I mean, it was just like boom, 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 point, 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 point. Well done to Knockoff Articuno. Ended up coming in second there. It was feeling a little bit rough for Armand, but had a nice strong finish with that big 2-point victory, as well as the Demand Respect to get another point out of it. And Abby 126 seemed like a strange game there. Had a tough situation with the garrison. Just this full garrison made it kind of difficult as far as deployment goes. You saw at the end trying to use the reinforcements, but had no more troops. So that's something that can definitely catch people off guard. I've certainly been caught off guard by that, where, you know, you think, okay, I'm going to hit up Hateliner or get a bunch of troops. And it's like, oh, all of my troops are already out here and I just can't get any more. So that happens. All right, well, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not. You can follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. And if you want to get an extra exclusive game recorded just for you, you can join the channel as a member. So click the join button down below and that'll get you that exclusive weekly video, as well as unlocking stream VODs. So if you miss the live stream, you can watch it whenever you want, and that includes all of the past live streams as well. So you're going to see games early before they get posted as individual games, as well as extra games that never get posted as individual games. And that's going to do it. Stay tuned for more. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.